Would you kindly join me for another episode of Clash in the Clouds? This is Jewel Smith, and I've been playing my way through BioShock the Collection. Clash in the Clouds is a DLC or downloadable content or add-on or expansion, whatever term you want to use there, for BioShock Infinite. It has 4 combat arenas, excuse me, Elizabeth, 4 combat arenas, and in previous episodes we visited the OPS Zeal, Duke and Dimwit Theater, and the Raven's Dome was the previous episode. We're going to be going into the Emporia arcade today. Now, each of these arenas has 15 waves of enemies and 15 blue ribbon challenges. You can see that I did a grand total of 2 on the Raven's Dome. I've done none of them in the Duke and Dimwit Theater, and I have 3 in the OPS Zeal. Huh, I thought I did. Did I not do any of them, I guess? I totally failed at that one. Alright, but I'm not really trying to get the blue ribbons, and I'm not necessarily trying to finish all 15 waves of enemies. I am just dipping my toe in this DLC, so to speak. Just checking out each arena. And also there's a little area here called the Columbian Archaeological Society where we can spend our money. Do you see the little money there? It says I've got $4,878 right now. You can spend money to upgrade weapons and vigors for the combat arenas, but you can also spend money to unlock concept art and character models in the museum there. So let's see how much money we can... Well, let's go ahead and go in here. Let's go ahead and do this first. Let's go in here and see if I can spend all my money, because I don't think I'm gonna really gonna bother upgrading my weapons and vigors and stuff. So here's some things we've already unlocked. These are pretty expensive. Well, this one's only 100, but the others are 2,000. All right, let's look at this one. Why not? What's Musical Melodies of Columbia? Oh, Musical Melodies Sweep Columbia. Okay. Yep, there's Albert Fink's Magical Melodies. Jeremiah Fink's brother Albert is Columbia's most popular composer. Right, because he's hearing music through the magical space-time singing vajayjays. Or tears, as they're called in the game. Can all this amazing music come from just one man? Nah, he's hearing songs from other time periods. See, and here's some of the songs. There's Fortunate Son, which is from the 1960s. And Tainted Love, which I think was from the 80s. Shiny Happy People, was that from the 90s? Everybody Wants to Rule the World, wasn't that an 80s song? I don't know. It's a big blur. I remember them when they first came out, but it was a while ago. Anyway, I'm probably not going to unlock these because I don't necessarily need to hear the old-timey game version of these songs. Let's see. Fink makes half-men into handymen. Sure, I want to see this. I want to know what the story is behind these. Tumors have long confounded our medical establishment, says the doctor who's smoking. Once transplanted to Fink's miracle suit, he is productive. Once invalid, now invincible. Yeah, those handymen really kick my ass in the combat arenas. You'll know that if you watch the previous episodes of this Clash in the Clouds. It seems like once I get to the handyman wave, I can't get past it. Write your own love story. Motion capture process. That sounds interesting. Liz begs for Booker. Evolution. I don't know what that is. Troy and Courtney, first audition. Ah, that would be Troy Baker and Courtney. I'm sorry, I don't know her last name. But the voice actors for Booker and Elizabeth. I want to see the motion capture thing. Look at that.
Hey, Miss Elizabeth.
Hello. Oh, this is wonderful. Well, come dance with me, Mr. DeWitt.
I don't dance. Come on, let's go.
Why? What can be better than this?
Well, How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay
Oh,
in
Courtney
Vance,
Draper. Okay, I just looked it up.
Let's go. Come on,
Draper
let's
is
go
her
right
last
now.
name. I don't think Courtney Draper is the one who did the motion capture, though. I could be wrong.
well, how about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay in Vance, we can...
No, let's go.
Because I remember reading somewhere online that it was a
now.
different voice actress who did the motion capture. Not a voice actress, I'm sorry. A different actress that did the motion capture. Courtney Draper did the voice.
What could be better than this?
How about Paris?
Paris? I don't understand. How could we get there?
That's where that airship's going, but if you want to stay in Vance, we
No,
can...
let's go. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go right now.
Alrighty. Well, we saw a little bit of the motion capture process there. Alright, the motion capture was provided by Heather Gordon. I'm looking that up online. It says the character was voiced by Courtney Draper and motion capture provided by Heather Gordon. And Irrational Games based Elizabeth's face on Anna Maleva, a Russian cosplayer, after the developers saw her incredibly accurate costume and hired her to do live action advertisements. Alright, so there you go. Alright, we don't have a lot of money left, so we can't unlock these things. We've unlocked a lot of the stuff on the walls already. What's this one? This is only $250. Okay, we'll unlock that one. Ooh, that's cool. I like that art style. Alright, these are character models. I don't know if we necessarily need to unlock these. You guys know what the characters look like. You were there. We saw them when I played the game. Alright, but what's interesting is over here, when I unlocked this character model and this character model for the Luteces, however you say their name, Rosalind and Robert, it also unlocked this tear. So let's go into the tear and see what's in there, in that tar. Some new voxophones, I believe.
That ghastly Fink fellow has been busy of late. He has sent his minions out to prowl the city, on the lookout for tears wherever they might appear. They are armed with camera and voxophone. One could only presume he is no longer content to steal patents from his own reality. No surprise, then, his scientific breakthroughs. I imagine I could also appropriate parlor tricks like incinerating trees with the snap of my fingers. But the universe offers more delicious fish to fry.
Ah, so she's saying that Jeremiah Fink developed his vigors because he was recording information from the tears? Oh, that kind of explains some things then, because if the tears took us to Rapture at the end of the main game, perhaps there were other tears to Rapture that Fink saw, and that's why he was able to develop the vigors. And so that would explain the connection between the vigors in this game and the plasmids in BioShock.
When I finally brought my brother through, he seemed to lack the capacity to square his own reality with this one. I suspected such a thing would happen, yet had no means to accommodate his distress. His behavior was that of the feeble-minded. He hemorrhaged nearly continuously from his nose. Naturally, I was able to transfuse him from my own veins and thus avoid catastrophe. In the end, it was music that proved therapeutic and grounded his thoughts. A middle C vibrates at 262 hertz, no matter what the universe.
So is she saying that her brother, when she brought him through the tear into her reality... Well, she calls him her brother, but I think it's an alternate Rosalind in another universe. Who just happens to be male instead of female. I don't know, or maybe it is her brother. Maybe she had a brother who died in this reality and he was alive in others, but it sounded like she was saying when she brought him through, he was feeble-minded. And music helped him focus. So that might explain why Booker didn't remember anything. That always kind of bothered me. It seemed like a huge gaping plot hole that if they brought Booker into this reality from another reality to save his daughter, how come he didn't remember anything? He didn't seem to know anything at all other than he was there to do a job because he had gambling debts. You know, which was convenient for the plot. You know what I mean? Because, like, if Booker knew who he was and knew that he'd been brought through a tear and knew he had sold his daughter and realized that Elizabeth could have been his grown daughter, because he knew who he sold. I mean, okay, we're talking about... This is huge plot spoiler stuff, but I'm going to assume you guys already know about the ending of BioShock Infinite. But if Booker had known... I mean, because obviously Booker sold his baby daughter, Elizabeth, or Annabelle, to his alternate self, Comstock. And he would have known that when he came through, and when he saw Comstock, he would have remembered, oh, this is the guy that took my kid, this is the guy I sold my kid to, and he would have known Elizabeth was his daughter, and he would have had completely different reactions to her in the game. So the fact that he conveniently forgot everything, you know, it was convenient to the plot twist. It served the plot twist at the end. But just between you and me, I think it's really lame. I think it was really lame storytelling. And it made for a really two-dimensional, boring protagonist because he didn't have much to say through the whole game, really. You know, he most of his dialogue, for being a voiced protagonist, most of his dialogue was like, you know, holy shit, oh no, thanks Elizabeth, you know, or whatever, or some kind of, you know, game dialogue. I should take that skyline to Monument Island. You know, and there were a few things he said. Like, he said he remembered Slate. He seemed to remember that he had fought with Slate at Wounded Knee or whatever, but I still don't really understand how he could have fought with Slate at Wounded Knee, but Slate didn't recognize him as Comstock. I don't know. And then, you know, suddenly, oh, hey, you're Comstock and you're a sleazebag who sold your daughter, and suddenly you're going to remember all that and blah, 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 whatever. I think they tried too hard. They were trying too hard to make a plot twist at the end. And it just, I don't know, didn't work for me. That's fine. Your mileage may vary. And all of these voxophones that are explaining everything, I mean, that's pretty handy of them to put it in the Clash in the Clouds DLC. They could have put it in the main game, and then we would have had a better understanding of what was going on while we were actually playing, but okay.
Brother, I have told you many times that I encountered this particular Caesar before he crossed the Rubicon. When I met Comstock, he was little more than a preacher, able to move both members of the flock or members of Congress with equal dexterity. He believed in my work, and his influence bought the funds I so needed. And if he wanted to use tears to play prophet, that was his prerogative. But at some point, the man became incapable of distinguishing his performance from his person. I sit in judgment. But then again, it was I who built the stage.
So Comstock was using the tears in order to pretend to be a prophet. That's how he got his visions, was through the tears. Yeah, I think we knew that already from the main game. I think we had figured that out. Or that was explained in the main game, I'm pretty sure. Alright, and I remember seeing these in the main game, which indicate that it was the Luteces who hired Booker in the first place. And we know from the main game that it was because Robert felt bad for what they had done, taking Elizabeth away, and they wanted Booker to rescue her. But we didn't realize that till almost the end of the game. For most of the beginning of the game, I'd say the first half of the game at least, I just assumed, you know, because that's what Booker would say, is he told Elizabeth that he owed some people money. He had gambling debts in New York, and that's why he came. He was being paid by people who were going to erase his gambling debts, and that's why he was taking her away. So he wasn't really rescuing her because he wanted to rescue her. It was more like, hey, I'm going to steal you from some other people and then give you to some people who are paying money for you. It came across as human trafficking. Of course, by the end of the game, we find out that's not exactly what was going on, but still, it didn't make me like Booker very much.
This evening, on my way back from supper, my theory became reality. A spontaneous tear had opened in the market district, emitting both sights and sounds. I observed what I could only imagine to be some future version of Columbia. Though familiar, strange red flags with a small yellow icon flew from her rooftops. Although we can lock up the girl, it appears her powers will not be imprisoned so easily.
I guess Rosalind was seeing the future in which the Vox Populi took over Columbia.
Thinks Bird is a repulsive creature, but I suppose a prison needs a guard. What surprised me is not how the girl has imprinted upon the monster. After all, one might observe a baby chimpanzee accept a wire replica for its mother. But I did not expect the brute to be capable of forming an attachment in return. Perhaps it could prove a better father to her than the two she has known.
Ooh. The two she has known, huh? Well, she didn't seem to know Comstock was her father. In the main game, didn't it seem like at first she didn't like the Prophet and she didn't realize who she really was? Or that she was his daughter? That had always confused me. It seemed like she had only grown up with Songbird. But somehow she learned to speak properly and could read and... I don't know. None of it makes any sense to me. Alright. I think those are all the voxophones. Back into the museum. And let's go check out the 4th combat arena. Let's see how far we get before I run out of time. Emporia Arcade. Let's go. I'll play a few waves of this. And then I'll move on to Burial at Sea will be the next episode of my BioShock the Collection playthrough. Ooh. Lots of motorized Patriots. Oh, there's snow? Oh, that's interesting. And the Vox Populi seem to have taken over the place. Is that who I'm fighting, or the Vox? Oh, this is really interesting. Alright, prepare for battle. Get ready to fight soldiers and patriots. Defeat an enemy affected by bucking bronco with a possessed motorized patriot. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I have to possess the motorized patriot and then hit somebody else with bucking bronco while they're fighting the motorized patriot. Got it. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I'll try. Alright, let's put in bucking bronco.
Do it.
Okay.
Alright, let's possess that. Oh, it looks like they're just gonna fight each other.
Patriot! Watch out!
Ooh, rocket.
Go ahead.
You bet! I don't have anything.
Oh, I'm all out of salt.
Done!
Alright, let's ride the rails and see what happens. Let's see what we can find here. Let's check out this arena area. Whee!
Rejoice!
Anybody see any salts? Oh, I love those skyline strikes. I don't want to do a skyline strike against against a motorized patriot. Yeah, take that, you big jerk. Ooh, there's a gun. Yeah, open that.
Now! My aim is true.
What's over here? Ooh, medical kit. Oh, I didn't have to have her open a tear for me to grab them. They're just there. Oh, I'm just looking around, dude.
Get behind him!
I'm seeing what's what. Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. Oh, there's some salts over here, too. What's over here? Anything? Any salts? Anything? Oh, there's salts over here, too. Cool. Alright, we know where the salts are now.
Go ahead.
On it! I'll keep my eyes open for more.
Rejoice, for death has no sting.
That one! Now!
You bet!
Oh, Blue Ribbon Challenge failed. Oh well. We tried. It didn't seem like the soldiers were getting anywhere near the motorized patriots, though. I don't know. I guess I just did it all wrong, but that's fine. That's alright. Okay, get ready to fight. Soldiers and RPG soldiers defeat 2 enemies who are riding skylines with traps. Well, how in the world do you defeat enemies on the skyline with traps? I have no idea how that would even work. Infusion available. Okay. What else could I go with? I don't know. Let's try that. I don't know if I can fling Devil's Kiss vigor traps at people on the skylines, or can I put traps on the skylines themselves? That would be pretty cool. That's something I'd never tried in the main game. Alright, let's go with health.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not bothering to upgrade my vigors. I did some weapon upgrades, but I don't want to spend too much money. I want to spend the money in the museum. There we go. Alright, let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I can fling vigor traps.
Do it!
Okay!
Onto the skyline. Whoa.
Sure thing!
Okay. Oh, I am about to die. Already. Let me get through here. Alright, there were... Oh, shit. I am dead. I am so dead.
When time for atonement is at hand, the acts.
Alright, I can forfeit my ranking and continue. That's what I'll
These
do.
words ring true without exemption. We
I
must
don't want to
prove
start
ourselves worthy
Start
of
over at the
redemption.
beginning again.
Open it.
On it!
Oh, there's a medical kit sitting right there. Oh, and medical kit's right there. Okay, now we know. Alright, so... Can I fling a trap? No.
Get him surrounded!
I don't know how in the world I would kill somebody with a bigger trap while on the skyline. I have no idea how that works. I tried to fling, see, I flung it, but it went up over there. Woo! And I can't use vigorous while I'm actually riding the skyline. That's not a thing. Hit me. Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so close to being dead. Oh, that was where my health kits were, right there. There we go. Where would I put... You guys are probably... You'd be able to tell me if I was live streaming, if you had any ideas as to where to put a bigger trap.
Sure thing.
Because it doesn't seem like I can stick them to the sky rails themselves.
Done.
Back to the staging room. Next wave, get ready to fight soldiers, volley gunners, defeat wave with hazards or support brought in through terrorists. Okay, we can try that. Why not? Hazards or support brought in through terrorists. Got it. Ghost Posse. Killing with a vigor trap has 50% chance to cause the enemy gun to become a ghostly ally for a few seconds. No, we don't want that. But thank you. I'll stick with what I have. And what do I have? Well, let me show you. I have throttle control hat, skyline accuracy vest, skyline reloader pants, and overkill boots, which I think is what caused some enemies in that last wave to get electrocuted. Alright. Alright, I'm full up on ammo, I think. So, let's go. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Alright, so where are we here? What have we got that we can bring through the tears? Well, there seems to be no more...
Flat cannon, Booker.
Yeah, well, I'm looking around. There was a Tesla coil up here that I could bring through a tear, but it looks like I can't now. Alright, so there's a sniper rifle. Oh! Oh yeah, there's a sniper rifle there. Okay, what else have we got here? Yeah, do it! Do it! Oh my god. I hate the fact that it takes so long.
Do it. Go ahead.
You bet.
I can't see where they're coming from. I'm gonna die. Yep, I'm dead. I'm so dead. Oh. Chaotic.
Columbian to core, he never dreamed
Very
of
chaotic.
declining chance to be redeemed.
Blue ribbon challenge
Against dauntless
failed.
odds, he won't concede, but absolve himself.
Alright, well,
Past this deed.
screw it then. I fucking hate those RPG soldier dudes. It's like they never run out of ammo. Come on. And they never have to reload.
There he is.
For fuck's sake. Alright, screw that. Alright. Alright, now open that fucking thing. Oh, it's already open and I'm dying.
Watch out, black cannon.
Alright, well, I'm going... There you go.
He disappeared.
There I am, going dead again.
Go. You may still absolve yourself of past mishaps and failure.
Don't make me hurt you.
Alright, where were the
Take this, hurry.
health kits? Oh, thanks,
Take it.
Elizabeth.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Close in on it.
There's another medical kit. Alright, how many enemies do we have? Still 7 enemies remaining. Yeah, land right there.
Sorry, that's all I've got.
I'm dead. I'm dead again. But now there's only 2 enemies
Next we
remaining.
meet, be not such a caricature of failure.
Yeah, I'm a
but the
caricature of
image
failure.
Of success.
2 enemies remaining. Oh no, what was that? That's a weird sound effect. That is a very weird sound effect. Is that my microphone going out? Or is that the game being weird?
You got no.
There we go. Let's loot all the things. Anything else to loot? What's over here? Oh, we got it just in the nick of time. Alright, soldiers and RPGs. I hate those RPG soldiers. Defeat the wave using a different weapon or vigor on every enemy. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to happen. I just want to defeat the enemies. How about that? Infusion available. Okay. More health, please.
Perfect.
Thank y'all. Gotta remember I have this RPG. Gotta use that too. Alright, where are they gonna put me?
Rocket's over there! Get him in the oven! Don't stop firing!
Let me take a look around. See where everybody is and what's going on. It looks like... Oh, it looks like I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
Your chance for atonement is at hand, Pilgrim. Do not
Blue
let
ribbon
it
challenge
pass you
failed.
idly by.
That's fine. I know I'm a failure. Oh, Elizabeth, I almost shot you.
Stop him! Make it! Get around him! I will kill you! Where'd he go?
Oh, there's only one dude left.
Salts, take them! Catch!
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Much obliged.
Much obliged, yes. Oh, he blew himself up. I didn't think they would do that. I didn't think I had upgraded possession in order to make them commit suicide at the end of the possession. But okay. Oh no, it's a handyman. This is probably going to be it for me. I can never seem to get past the handyman wave of any of these. It's wave 5 and I'm going to be stuck here for the next forever. Okay, defeat both handyman while they are electrocuting a skyline. Yeah, don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I'm trying to reload. I'm pushing the reload button here. And it's not happening. Alright, what's this? Is this gonna be some handyman ass-kicking boots? No. It's a new hat. Spare the rod. 30% chance melee target becomes possessed. Possessed victim is an ally for a few seconds. What am I wearing instead? No, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep the hat I have on. Alright, now in my experience, these handymen are very, very hard to kill in these battle arenas. In the main game, not so much, but I had some handyman ass-kicking boots that probably help. But not always. I think there was one handyman I fought where I forgot to put the boots on, and he seemed to be not easy to kill, but not as hard as these handymen in this arena. I'm going to stick with that. I don't have any handyman ass-kicking boots to help me. But that's fine. I don't know. Why am I doing this, handyman dude?
I do not.
Stop it! Stop it!
Do it now!
Done!
I gotta be careful because they'll electrocute the rails. Aw, you asshole.
Get off that thing! Get over here!
Yep, I'm gonna die. They're flinging balls of electricity at me, and there's two of them.
To core, he never dreamed of declining chance to be
And I can't seem to find any. Yeah, Blue Ribbon Challenge failed. Yeah, fuck you, Blue Ribbon.
But absolve himself of
That's all I gotta say about that. Screw that Blue Ribbon Challenge. It's not gonna happen. And I can't seem to find any decent like environmental things I can open
Elizabeth?
up. Maybe it's the decoy?
You're supposed to die!
Oh, see?
Catch, Booker!
Perfect
He's
timing.
flinging electricity at me. How am I supposed to fight that? The hell?
When time for atonement
All right.
is at hand.
Well, it's not
he
gonna
acts
happen.
For God and fatherland.
Let's
These
go back to
words
the
ring
Archaeological
true.
Society. My alarm just went off telling me that I've been playing for about 40 minutes or so. So, let's switch back to that. So let's call it an episode. We have checked out the Emporia arcade. It is brutal. and we've gotten some money, so let's go in here, see what we can unlock. In the previous episode, we unlocked Songbird, which was very cool. That big old Songbird model. And earlier in this episode, we checked out the Lutece Labs. Let's see. Why don't we unlock this model? Yeah, those are the guys. Those are the guys I can't seem to defeat. And so there's this guy here. He was the original model. I don't know why they changed it. I like this one better. Personally, that's just me. Alright, let's see if we can unlock this. Oh, that's cool. I don't think that actually ended up in the game, but it's cool. Cabaret building concept art. Yeah, I like it. Alright, so I think we've done all the paintings in here. We have. Looks like we've gotten everything on the walls. Alright, let's look at the first audition. Hopefully we won't run out of time.
We're okay. He didn't spot us.
It's very quiet.
Promise me.
I will stop him.
No. He's unstoppable. That is an oath that you cannot keep. But promise me that if it comes to it, you will not let him take me back.
I remember that scene. That's the scene where she takes Booker's hand and it looks like she's gonna put it on her bosom, but instead she puts it around her own throat. Basically, she's saying she wants him to kill her rather than let the songbird take her back. But then later in the game, she sacrifices herself. She says, no, I'll go back, just don't kill Booker. Which is one of the things that made, well, that sequence of events, like her putting Booker's hand on her throat / bosom and her, you know, sacrificing herself to protect Booker and all that kind of stuff, is what seemed to me like it was coding their relationship as a romance. That's just me, you know, that's what I got out of it. And then when it turned out that it wasn't a romantic relationship, it was a father-daughter relationship, it just seemed uber creepy to me. I don't know. Alright. Anything else we can unlock with our money before we go? Older Elizabeth model. Original Elizabeth model. Sure, let's look at that. What was her original model? Wow, she was even bustier than she is now. Alrighty then. And what's this one? Alternate Elizabeth model. Sure, let's take a look at that. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's one of the Elizabeths we saw at the very end of the game, I think. And that's the one, that's the way she looks when we first rescue her. Alright, well let's just go with this one then too. And there's the older Elizabeth, where she doesn't have her tatas hanging out, I guess. Alright, what else can we get? Let's look at ourselves. There's Booker. We don't really see him much because it's a first-person game. But there he is. What's that? Comstock. Yeah, we know what he looks like. We saw him in the game. We saw him in the game too. Oh, and we saw her. There she is. Alright, you guys. I think that's all the money that I can spend in here. There's a few of these gramophones that I can't unlock. Watch motion count. We already saw that. Yeah, it's too expensive. But if you're interested in seeing these, I know that there are videos on YouTube other people have done where they show everything that's unlocked in the museum if you want to check those out. I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to Burial at Sea, and I hope you will join me for that. If you are enjoying yourself, please leave a like, subscribe, tell your friends, and you can find me on Patreon. Under, if you go to patreon.com/JewelSmith, you should be able to find me, and my YouTube channel is JewelSmith, which is where you'll find an archive from my entire playthrough of BioShock the Collection. BioShock, BioShock 2, BioShock Infinite, and all of the DLC that come along with BioShock the Collection remastered for PlayStation 4. You guys take care of yourselves until next time.